Another revelation from President Duterte. He presents an illustration showing the drug triad in the country, including its protectors. Our senior correspondent, Ina Andulong, joins us live from Malacanang. Ina, can you tell us the names mentioned in this triad?
Mitzi, these are the country's top drug lords, Chinese nationals who belong to the level 5 category of drug lords. That's the top tier in the hierarchy, which Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre explains means that each shipment or transaction of these drug lords amount to at least 100 kilograms each. They supposedly ship billions of pesos worth of illegal drugs every year. They're also believed, as mentioned by Solicitor General Joe Calida, believed to be the ones offering a hefty bounty for the heads of President Rodrigo Duterte and PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa. These are Wu Tuan, also known as Peter Ko, Peter Lim, also known as Jaguar. Both of them operate under the Chinese Triad. Peter Ko operates in Luzon in the Metro Manila area, while Jaguar in the Visayas. The third drug lord identified is Herbert Colanco. He's not part of the Chinese Triad, but is also a level 5 drug lord. Now, the name of retired Police General Marcelo Garbo is also part of the chart released to us reporters by Secretary Aguirre, Solicitor General Calida, as well as Communications Secretary Martin Andonar. Garbo was identified in this chart as an associate and a protector of Peter Ko and Jaguar. He's a portion of the press conference earlier with Solicitor General Calida.
According to information, Peter Lim is outside of the country.
Sir, can you describe
President Duterte warned him that if he steps into the NAIA, he will be killed.
He's Chinese, of course. Hindi naman Filipino ta.
He's Chinese.
Okay. Sir, can you describe the relationship between General Garbo and Peter Lim, and if there is between Peter Ko and General Garbo?
According to the briefing that we received earlier, and as announced by our President, he's on level 5 as associate protector. In short, cuddler. The same penalty will be given to a drug lord, trafficker, and a cuddler. Same penalty.
Mitzi, a more comprehensive organizational chart explaining how these drug lords and other drug dealers operate in the country was presented to President Duterte earlier. The President says he will be studying this first before he starts naming or identifying the names in that chart. Mitzi?
Quite a revelation. Now, what will happen to these drug lords?
Well, let's start first with Peter Lim, or Jaguar. As Attorney or Solicitor General Calida mentioned earlier, he's now out of the country but has been warned by President Duterte that if he steps foot in the country, he goes to the airport, he will be killed or he will be dead. As for Peter Ko and Herbert Colanco, both of them are now at the new Bilibid prisons, the National Penitentiary. Secretary Aguirre says they primarily operate with their cell phones, which they use to coordinate with the drug dealers outside. Aguirre says 75% of the country's drug trade are actually transacted from within the NBP. President Duterte is keen on putting an end to this, and Secretary Aguirre says they're looking at a number of options to do this, and here's what he had to say about that.
We could let them remain inside Building 14. We could transfer them to Tanay. We could transfer them to ISAP. But of course, in the long run, we are also contemplating of even transferring them to Carvalho Island or to an island in Palawan. This is seriously considered where there are no cell phone signals.
As for General Garbo, he's now retired. Secretary Aguirre says they will have to wait for complaints to be filed against General Garbo, and he says they do expect complaints to be filed soon, considering or given all these recent pronouncements. Mitzi?
A final question, Ina. Now, apart from General Garbo, the President named 3 other star-rank officials. What can you tell us about the drug lords they allegedly work with?
Well, they were asked that earlier, and as far as from what they told us, they've not given us any specific names yet on the drug lords being served or allegedly being protected by the other generals identified by President Duterte. Solicitor General Calida, however, did say that the other generals are part of the lower level of drug lords in the hierarchy. They're considered as well as persons of interest along with other Chinese nationals, PNP, BJMP officials, and other local officials, several mayors who will be named by President Duterte soon. Mitzi?
Thank you very much, Ina Andalong, reporting live from Malacanang.